All men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights.
Life, liberty, and the
If liberty means anything at all, it means the right to tell people what they do not want to hear.
Make America great again.
The Big Mig.
Well, good morning and welcome back to the Big Mig Show. Of course, I'm your host, Lance Miliaccio, with my co-host, George Valentine. Rise and grind, tip of the spear, edge of the knife. That's what it is. George, what's up, bro? How are you, man?
Nothing. Let me hold on. Let me thank the Mike Schwartz show. They rated us.
Nice.
Thank you. But let me put this up real quick. This is the weekend. It was Sunday. I got to meet up with
Schwartzster
Doc
and wife.
Schwartz and wifey Kelly. We had breakfast together. It was great. He gave me my 3 books. You know what's crazy? We're in the parking lot and we get out. And he goes, "Here's your 3 books." He goes, "I didn't sign them or not." And I'm like, I look at him like, well, that was the whole purpose of you giving me in person. You signing them. "Oh, I don't have a pen in the car." I'm like, "That's all right, because I got one." I only got a pen. I'm like, "Here."
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
right.
like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice of him, though.
That's how important he made me
was,
feel. Lance, that's how important he made me feel. He didn't want to sign the books. Like I wasn't worthy.
I see that. You know? That sounds
All right,
like Mike. But, you know, he's always so slammed. How did it go with the wife?
Justify it for him, bro.
How did the wife, you didn't bring up the anniversary? I mean, the
No, absolutely not.
That's good.
It was too early in the morning for that. I didn't want to Sunday, you know.
I didn't want you to bury Mike. All right. Well, we appreciate you guys joining the show. Of course, hit that follow button. It's the most important thing you can do for us. Yes, we'd love to have a paid subscription, but listen, we understand it's a tough economy. We're not trying to squeeze you guys even further. We're not the federal government. If you can do the paid subscription, fantastic. We love you guys for it. If you can do a Rumble Rant tip, we always appreciate those. But the biggest deal is hit that follow button. And during the show, taking that live link, Melody does it. She's doing it all the time, and I really appreciate her for it. Taking that and sharing it on your social media. Number 1, we want you to grow your social media. Number 2, using any of our content, same thing. Both of those things help us because it brings new people to the show. And I want to say this to you. Don't be shy on this show. We don't need anybody shy. If you guys are here for the first time, jump in the chat. Let us know you're here. Leave a comment. We want to know you guys are new, and we want to give you a little shout out on the show. We want to know about the new subscribers, the new listeners. This is not a show for shy people, all right? It's not how we do it here at the Big Mig. So, all right, let's give a shout out. If you'd like to sponsor the show, you can hit us up at info@thebigmig.com. Of course, if you know us, you know we also have the #1 crypto show on Rumble, the Crypto Power Hour. That's 7 a.m. on Wednesdays and 7 a.m. on Fridays. But listen, we love our crypto. We also love our gold and silver. George and I are stackers. I'm holding up the Prepper bar, of course. You know, these are your escape, the real tangible forms of wealth, gold and silver you can hold, trade, and trust. No government can seize it. No hacker can steal it. Of course, time is always ticking. You need to act now to secure your Prepper bars before the government rolls out their next move. Now, listen, it's 62.2 grams of gold and silver. They come with an assay report. And, of course, as you can see, there's 3 different denominations on there. If you need to make a payment, let's say your credit cards aren't working, let's say the U.S. dollar's tanked, you want to have a backup plan. You always want to be thinking about what happens if everything goes foobar. This is it. Like I said, the guys at Genesis Gold Group, doesn't matter whether you're talking about asset protection from inflation, diversification, economic turmoil, or in the case of the Prepper bar, it's very unique utility for barter and trade. Makes a perfect gift for everybody. I don't care who it is. Everybody likes gold and silver, especially at these prices. Get them, stick them in your sock drawer, safety deposit box. Head over to thebigmigbar.com. That's right, thebigmigbar.com, or you can use that QR code. George makes it easy for you. Or call them at 888-526-7154, 888-526-7154. Love the guys over at Genesis Gold Group. Get a few today. Don't wait.
Mm-hmm.
Break me off a piece of that Prepper bar.
You know
what? How was your weekend, Lance? You were asking about mine, so let me ask about yours.
It was okay. You know, I had to help with that event down at my wife's place. So a lot of drama on Saturday.
There's
I
always
had to help
drama
her.
with you, with the wifey, bro. Come on.
Yeah,
That
I
just
just-
goes. You should be used to that. So it's nothing
You know,
new.
it doesn't matter whether you're used to it.
And you wanted me to move down there. You're crazy.
I have a different organizational plan. You know, the way that I try to do things normally, I try to be preemptively organized. I'm not saying I'm always great about it. Sometimes I make mistakes, but there was a lot of fire drill. I had to do the full, I felt like I was you, George, and your uncle. I had to do the full banquet buffet, prepping all the food and getting it all laid out and displayed. I felt like, you know, like I was running a catering hall for a minute. Not at the scale you guys are running, but I had to do the last minute hustle. I did get it all done. And then I peeled out because I was afraid that I'd be put more to work. I had plenty to do here at the house. And of course, you know, taking care of my mom and the dog.
You want me to draw up a bill for you to hand in to get paid?
I need that actually.
Seriously, because you know why, bro? It takes away from the Big Mig time and stuff you can do for the Big Mig. So who's getting
Exactly.
It's hurting me too.
It looked pretty good. I almost was going to send you a picture, but then I thought I'd be competing with your uncle, and of course he's a professional. I'm not.
That's all right. I would have taken pictures. Nice to see your work. You know.
Yeah. All right. So, you know, we've said it on this show so many damn times. I feel like a broken record. Congress.
What about
What a bunch of scumbags. You know, I made a new seal for him, United States Scumbags, you know, Congress. And I hope you like my little AI of Hunter Biden's body with Swalwell's head on it. You know, but isn't that what we have? I mean, you know, this is the hard part, right? We have liars and cheaters and philanderers and traffickers.
Oh my.
And insider traders and lawbreakers and drunks and drug addicts and homosexuals and just look, I'm not against them being homosexuals, but do you have to do it in inside different conference rooms in Congress? Do you have to have sex parties? I mean, look, I'm not trying to attack people for their personal life decisions. Everybody should be able to live their life the way they want. But at the end of the day, I thought this was supposed to be our brightest and best. I thought they were supposed to be held to a higher standard. I mean, we have ghetto ass, you know, scum. We have people that will just cheat. They cheat in the elections. Even though there's laws on the books for insider trading, they just do it willy-nilly. They go in there. I don't care if it's MTG. MTG wasn't worth that kind of money. She's worth like $25 or $26 million now. I'm spitting on myself. I'm so wound up here. It's ridiculous. I mean, and nobody's facing any consequences. I thought this administration
What's that?
was going to make some fucking arrests.
What's that mean? Consequences?
I thought we were going to have consequences, accountability. I thought there was going to be dirty 51 plus 8. What then? What about the J6 committee? Why the fuck aren't they in jail? I mean, I don't understand how we can, and it's unbelievable. Really, what's incredible to me. Here's the incredible part, George. Then I'll let you go. I know I'm not. I'm pontificating.
I was going to
here.
ask you a question, so you keep going.
I got to make a comment here.
Go ahead, make the comment.
How did we get so many scumbags, so many low integrity lowlifes, all in one location? How is that even possible? Any business in the world couldn't assemble such a quality, high-level group of scum. I mean, if they intended to do it, I'm not even sure they could do it if they tried. How is it possible that our congressional members are such low? You guys in the audience, tell me, how is this even possible that we could do such a quality job of accumulating such a giant bunch of assholes all in one location? Somebody explain that to me. I just can't figure it out. How our election system is so broken that what we keep putting in here are the Adam Schiffs and the Mitch McConnells and the Nancy Pelosi's. I mean, it's unbelievable, isn't it? George, am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong, Lance. But if you look at the words, what is it? Accountability and consequences, they do not exist in the vocabulary of Congress or pretty much DOJ when it comes to people in Congress. So, but you know, how do we get here with those people? You notice a lot of those people come from California.
Oh yeah, they've definitely got their share of scumbags. There's no doubt
you just look
about
at
it.
top three: Pelosi, Schiff, and now Swalwell.
I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean in Swalwell, we knew he was scum, right? We kept telling everybody. We've told him on the show. You guys know it. Sometimes I feel bad because I sit on here and I have to say the same things over and over again. And the people on our show know that's why you're here. You're here because we've called them out. Swalwell is such a low integrity. He got caught with Fang Fang. He's still cheating on his wife. He's got hookers and who knows what else. It looks like there was another congressional member. They're saying the other guy.
No, there's more. There's more than one.
Was it more than one congressional? So he had two other guys from Congress in the room with him.
In the room? Oh,
well, they're saying the other guy in that room to the left, to the right, was another congressional member. Did you know that?
No, I did not.
Yeah.
So nobody
Yeah,
knew.
they're saying that was another congressional member. I don't know if it was. It's only a side profile. Some people are saying it's another congressional member.
Well, hold on. So there's people coming out saying that, oh, that looks like his wife, and
it's not his wife.
No, we know that.
Well, let's start out.
Can I
explain to the audience what happened here, George? Maybe some of them don't know.
Oh, God. Help me, Lord. All right, let's just start off with this. Finally, because of the hard work of citizens exposing these people, because Congress, FBI, they won't do their jobs. We finally got Swalwell to drop out of the California governor's race. He said it this morning.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. He hasn't said anything about this, the information coming out on this video that was obtained.
Is he going to resign from Congress?
Hopefully that's the next thing.
I mean,
he should resign from Congress. So
the people of California ought to be screaming at the top of their lungs. Here's a guy that's buying hookers. And we're talking about, for anybody that hasn't been living under a rock, you guys know the video's out there. Swalwell got caught once again cheating on his wife. I think he cheated with Fang Fang. I don't know what happened there. Maybe she gave him a pass.
Congress, they never really investigated that. Do you know that with Fang Fang? Nobody,
I know.
Never got investigated.
They just covered it up.
Yeah, they covered it up. So, middle of last week, you had staffers and former staffers come out against Swalwell, accuse him of sexual assault. And of course, he comes out with a video denying it. You know what? He should have just manned up, because now a video shows evidence. But now, as all the staffers are from the governor's race on Friday or Saturday, all wrote letters saying, condemning him and this and that. It took you guys long enough, but all right, we get it. But then, a video appeared with Eric Swalwell. And first you look at the first video. There's one video came out. You look at it, okay, Tim, there's a chick there. But if you look closer, you see another guy. But then there's another guy. There's two guys, and there's three guys with Swalwell in that video and two women. There's a blonde in the background that pops out from the kitchen area. And then first somebody said,
in the mirror, if you pay attention.
Yeah, first somebody said, oh, the video came from his house. That was from the source, but you can clearly see it's not a house. It's either a hotel room or something, because there's two beds
or an apartment. But you're right. I think it's a hotel.
There's sprinklers.
Sprinkler head. Yeah.
So, let's just show the video, Lance. Let's go with that. Start with the video. I don't think there's audio, so. Matter of fact, you know what? There is no audio. Hold on. Let me do it this way.
You want me to do the audio?
No.
I could do it like, oh, you're so hot. Oh, yeah, baby, I want you.
No, you're going to ruin it.
Oh, okay.
All right, here's the video. There's a chick right there. There's one guy. Then there's a guy on the left side of the bed that's holding the camera. Yep. That's the way it goes. But yeah, there's more. Don't worry. We got lots to cover for you guys.
Now, they're saying the guy on the right, George, that's who they're saying is another congressman.
It's possible. So
I don't know if it is.
So people were saying, oh, that could be his wife, this and that. And you know what? Kind of, sort of, maybe could have. But then you would think, wait a minute. Why would a guy be in a bed doing that to his wife in front of two other guys? Nah, I don't think the wifey would, any respectable woman would allow that. But let's go even further. There's a tattoo on her hand. That's a little cross right there. The wife doesn't have that. Now, Marco Polo did a deep dive, and we gotta give him credit for this, because they're the one that found this information and found her. Lance, hold on to your bridges, bro. Oh, who's that?
Oh, it's a hooker.
Look at that.
And here she is, available on Babepedia. I said Boobapedia.
On what?
Babepedia. It looks like her name is, because she goes by her.
Oh, wait, let me. You want to get that one? Hold on, I got that too right here.
Let's go here. pretty hot. I'll give him to credit. She looks hot in the photos. Here she is on Babepedia. I don't know if she's a porn star or not. I don't know if you have to be a porn star to get on Babepedia. Her name is Olivia Hart, but she also goes by a bunch of other names there. Autumn Baby.
You know, this woman's gonna make a lot of money right now.
Yeah, Autumn Baby, Autumn Renee, Callie FTD, Josie Harper, Summerly Adele. Oh yeah, this I'd have to guess that she's doing some triple X. I mean, I don't know. I'm not an expert by any means. Now, this is her biography, George. Can you read the biography at all? Can you see that? I don't know.
Also,
looks like she's 21 or 25.
Oh, hold on. You want to read the biography? Hold on. Let me pull it.
Yeah, I mean, the audience wants.
So she's 25 years. Hold on. She's 25 years old. She's born on a Sunday, 18th of June, 2000.
Mm-hmm.
Years active was 2019 to present. She started around 19 years old, so 7 years. She's born in Nevada. She's Caucasian. Professions: adult model, fetish model, porn star.
Uh-oh.
Sexuality and bisexual. Well,
I thought that she was a porn star because she had so many different names.
Yeah. Which is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
So hold on.
Maybe he brought some STDs home to his wife.
So that definitely is not Swalwell's wife, right, Lance? But hold on, Lance. Here's the other guy. If you look at his hands, getting a cop in a field up by her booty area right there.
Whoa! What's going on there?
Yeah.
This
is your sitting.
Identified the girl in the background yet, huh?
No, this is your sitting U.S. congressman. Was running for governor of California.
Yeah.
There's a lot on the intel committees and shit. So this is the guy we want in Congress. This is the guy we want in our intel committees. He can't even be. He's beyond disgraceful to his wife.
I got to give him credit though. He didn't spill his drink, and he's copping a feel at the same time. Did you see that?
I wonder if
he's able to hold his drink because he's such an expert.
I wonder if the wifey is meeting with the divorce lawyers today.
Yeah, and
it's over,
George.
Mrs. Swalwell, it's over. Your husband ain't going to be governor. His political career is done. He's going to get out of Congress one way or another. But so taking for all he's got what?
It's 100% a hotel of some sort. And you want to know why I'm saying that? Take a look at the cart. There's a cart in the back. It looks like champagne or wine on it or booze.
Yeah, I know.
Food. It's definitely a hotel cart. So this is not an apartment. It's definitely a hotel. George is right.
Yeah. All right. So
100% confirm it's a hotel.
Look at the blonde in the back. There she is. Woo, popping out.
Who are you? Hello. Yeah, she's popping out, but she doesn't want to be on camera.
You know what, though? Don't be surprised if she comes out, because if she's on these pages, she's going to see how this other chick's career is just going to blow up. People, want to get her for interviews and pay her this and that. The blonde's going to want to get something if she's smart.
Yeah.
Nobody says she's smart.
The good news is people are pulling away from him rapidly. Now, George, I didn't know this. So I guess there's this lefty casino and timeshare mogul named Stephen Klubeck, who once called Swalwell his little brother and poured over $1 million into his, of course, now failing governor's campaign.
His little brother, how cute.
Now, he's cut all ties. Now, listen to this, though, George, and I wonder if this was part of the cover-up. As you guys remember, Swalwell said he lived in California. He had no residence in California. He wasn't living in California. He was living in D.C., and he had no residence he could claim, so he lied on his federal paperwork. I don't know why the people in California aren't flipping out. But, George, do you see what he says here, that he also kicked him out of his $26 million Beverly Hills mansion? I wonder if that was a scam that the Stephen Klubeck and Swalwell came up with to say, I've been living in my buddy's place. And I wonder if that was the way that Swalwell was going to claim, no, I do have a place. I rent from my buddy here. I live with him. I never heard about him living in a $26 million mansion.
No, I'm just curious. Does his license reflect that? Does anything reflect that? But now this dude, Kloback, is now demanding every penny of his cash back after all these allegations came out.
That's going to be tricky because
Swalwell ain't giving that money back. He ain't giving that money back. He's going to tell the guy to go kick rocks. He's
stressed out about the fact that Swalwell spent his money on hookers and blow, or what?
I don't know. I mean, he could probably put this down as a campaign. This
donation
with these girls and stuff.
Well, I think she's going to work
as a
for him
campaign expense.
I think he was going to have her work for him as an intern, wasn't she? She was going to help work on the campaign.
I mean, you think this freaking idiot would have learned from Fang Fang?
No, but he listen, this guy's a creeper. Now, let's go to the next creepy part of this. This is creepy. We all have neighbors. So I guess this guy, because now a husband of an influencer has threatened a lawsuit against Eric Swalwell.
That's the husband of that brunette, yeah. So
well, no, this is different. This is another person.
No.
This is not the brunette's husband. This is another girl. I read this article about.
Oh, Allie. Okay, that's the one with the DMs.
Yeah.
X. I'm sorry, you got
right. So this husband comes out and says he's going to sue Swalwell. He's saying that Swalwell sent unsolicited nudes, kept showing up at her home. Her name is Allie Samarco. Says Swalwell would go on runs in her neighborhood and tell her to come downstairs. And he was sending her inappropriate messages and photos on Snapchat. I'm assuming there were some dick pics. So now he's threatening a lawsuit, this guy that's her husband, that if Swalwell even makes a single statement that disparages his wife. So he's saying that Eric Swalwell or his attorney makes a single statement that disparages my wife, I will be filing a lawsuit against him. I've already made it clear that if he believes anything I've said is untrue, he should sue me immediately. So this is the class. We're putting the K in classy here of what these people in Congress are all about. I mean, this is going on and on, right? Listen, we have all kinds of accusations of other congressional members. You know, they've got a slush fund they normally use to buy these people's silence, right? It just so happens that this got ahead of Swalwell before they could probably use a slush fund. That slush fund is there. This kind of stuff is going on over. And you know what's funny for you guys, the American taxpayers? It doesn't matter. I don't care whether you're a liberal or conservative. You know, on this show, we welcome everybody because we're going to go after everybody. You just heard me call out MTG for insider trading. I think that she should be investigated. I don't have any excuse for anybody because if they get to break the law, then I want you guys to be able to break the law. I want all of us to be able to do insider trading. If they can do insider trading, then just wipe out the insider trading laws and let's just go free range. All of us get the insider trade. That's my problem with it. The equal application of the law says the rule of law is supposed to apply to everybody equally. So if they're going to make an exclusion for themselves, like Nancy Pelosi, Dianne Feinstein, and so many others, then I want you guys to be able to insider trade. I think it's the only thing that's fair. So call your congressional members today and tell them you'd like insider trading to be passed for you since all the congressional members do it. Leave them a nasty message. Say, hey, I'm wondering when you guys are going to remove all the insider trading laws, the SEC and otherwise, because if you guys can insider trade, why can't the American public insider trade? Call the SEC, maybe ask them that question also. You could ask for one of the legal people there. Just call them up and say, hey, listen, I have a question. I noticed that a lot of congressional members are insider trading, and I want to know what the law is. Am I allowed to insider trade now that Congress can insider trade unlimited and no consequences? Or are you guys going to prosecute people? I'm just wondering. I'm just asking for a friend. Okay. But this is the kind of scum we have, right? This is a low life, a guy that cheats on his wife, hookers. Who knows? You know, we saw alcohol. We don't know if any drugs are present, but normally when hookers are present, it seems like everybody uses the Hunter Biden model, right? The Hunter Biden model is hookers and blow. Look, let's talk about Swalwell's nanny gate, George.
The nanny gate. Oh, yeah, there's more, folks. Now, this part's not good for the wifey part either. But so his nanny, this is a scandal with now DHS, by the way. The Swalwells are under criminal investigation as Immigration Services and U.S. Citizenship. It's USCIS is now referred them to DHS for criminal investigation. Now you're asking why? Well, they've been collecting a lot of information on Swalwell and his wife because they hired a Brazilian national as a nanny. However, without lawful work authorization. Whoa, Shaggy? They call it nanny gate, you know. But the thing is, they tried hiding this and then trying to keep her still working. It's crazy. There's a timeline here. They on February 16th, they filed 2 documented federal complaints against Swalwell. One Homeland Security, the other one Federal Election Commission. Federal Election Commission. What?
So I guess
so 2022, Swalwell and his wife employed a Brazilian national. Her name's Amanda Barbosa. I mean, seems like a nice lady, cute. As a live-in,
You have a picture of her?
No.
Oh, we should grab a picture.
As a live-in under
keep going.
all pair under the J1 visa program. Barbosa resided in Swalwell's household and provided full-time child care for their 3 children. But in 2022, Barbosa was paid approximately, look at this, almost $47,000 for her services by Swalwell's campaign under child care and campaign events. I guess they could do that.
I don't think you can.
However, though, her visa expired at the end of December 2022. Now, the Swalwells, they were full aware of this.
Uh-oh.
In fact, they attempted to secure payment work authorization for her Barbosa by filing a federal labor certification, which required a formal job posting in the Washington Post. Their advertisement outlined this: take care, 3 kids, yada, yada, yada. They did something. Man, stop moving my stuff, bro.
George, if you want it.
Yeah, you're moving my thing. So, anyway.
I'm sorry.
Good. Let me get the picture so you could do
I
that.
thought people might want to see her. But $300,000 from campaign, which is, from what I can tell, it violates FEC. I don't believe there's anything in there that says you can pay for your child care out of your campaign funds. And this is what's interesting. They were paying her, it looks like $47,000 a year. I don't know that for a fact, but how are the child care expenses $300,000? If she's getting 47 grand a year, I mean, I don't know when he started with this, but it's interesting that it was 300,000. So does that mean that he stole a bunch of money out of his campaign and acted like it was for her? And because he was paying her cash under the table. Once she was in violation of her live-in au pair J1 visa program, once she was in violation in 22, he started paying her under the table, which, by the way, George, is called the mens rea, because now
Lance,
he's
I wonder if Swalwell made it. I wonder if Swalwell made advances to her and did things to her, knowing that she can't speak up because she's now past her visa and stuff. He's the kind of scumbag that do that to that woman.
Yeah,
I don't know if she did or not. She hasn't spoken. I don't even know if she's in this country anymore. But they say, Lance, it's under the child care for campaign events. So if you think about it, he's paying her for when they do campaign events that, somebody's got to watch the kids, take the kids. That's probably how he's getting away with it, paying it from that.
But isn't that a scam? Because remember, the mens rea of a crime is your first overt act, George. It's when you decide, as an example, that she's illegal, that she's violated her J1 visa, it was expired, and now you determine you're going to pay her under the table. And then on top of it, you're using campaign funds for the criminal enterprise. I believe that if you look at it from the statutes, those are multiple crimes. Because this is off the books now, right? They're taking the money and they're paying her, but they're claiming it's on the books, but they're paying her under the table because they know that she's violated her visa.
Okay, so you can do child care for campaign events. I'm looking it up right now. You could do that. However, he's not campaigning 52 weeks out of the year.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so that's where the discrepancies lie, because other candidates do it. But you know what? Here he's supposed to be a congressman. He's breaking DHS laws. I'm just curious to want to see how long before they expel him out of Congress. You know what, Lance? Nobody's saying this. Since he's sexually abused and taken advantage of staffers and people on his campaign and all that, I wonder how much of the slush fund from Congress that they use to pay off people that sue congressmen and women for this type of stuff. I wonder if any payouts have gone out from that.
Who knows?
Because we all know that, they tried to, a couple of Congress people wanted to make it transparent, but it got voted down. Now you know why. I wonder, did Swalwell vote yes to release that information or no? I bet you he was a no, fucker.
I bet he was. And let me say this. There's 2 federal complaints here. There's the one for investigating whether his conduct violated immigration laws, visa regulations, federal forms, tax obligations, labor laws. So is this a conspiracy with Swalwell and his wife, Brittany? That's number one. The second complaint is about, equally serious, whether Swalwell illegally used campaign funds from donors to pay for his regular personal child care expenses. So I guess there's a difference, George. You're right. If they're going to an event, they can pay for, babysitting or whatever it is. But this was ongoing, regular personal child care expenses. And I guess the federal election law is clear. Under 52 USC, which is a criminal statute, 30114B, campaign funds may not be converted to personal use. Campaign funds may only be used for expenses that arise directly from campaign activities and would not exist otherwise. Personal expenses, those that would exist regardless of candidacy, are strictly prohibited. So, George, it was a valid point you said, that it's one thing if they're going to an event and they need babysitting and it's part of their campaigning, like if they're going on the road or something. Now, it's secondarily regular, and this would be considered regular. So I guess Swalwell in 2022 sought formal guidance from the FEC. So it sounds like the commission's response, he already knew what he shouldn't be doing. So their response was explicit. Such expenses are permissible only if they are tied to specific campaign events and are properly documented. But in the complaint, they're saying that Swalwell disregarded that guidance. So now not only does he not be able to claim ignorance, I didn't know I couldn't do that. And now he's now got personal household expenses coming out of his campaign, which is strictly verboten, not possible. I don't know. This is going to get. Let me put it this way: if Congress doesn't boot him out, and if he doesn't get criminal charges, then let me just say something. We might as well just close down right now, give it up, and everybody start figuring out what country they're going to move to, because this is so clear that he should be criminally prosecuted. Now, the question is, will the new acting AG even bother? Will he do the right thing, this Todd Blanche? I don't trust him, to be honest with you. He'll have to prove me otherwise.
Lance,
is he going to bring criminal charges against Swalwell?
It's going to take the AG so long to investigate. You know how they do. It's going to take forever.
Yeah. Maybe he should just call Marco Polo. They already did the investigation for him. Or maybe he should call the Big Mig Show. Todd Blanche. If anybody knows Todd Blanche, feel free to tell him. We're happy to just do the investigation, because the investigation is already done. I mean, it's simple. Now all you need to do is go to the grand jury and get the indictment issued. It's already done. I mean, all the details are here.
I wonder if this bastard doesn't get expelled from Congress, who's gonna run against him this year? Because you got a lot of good information and campaign videos put out against him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So employing a foreign national without valid work authorization is a willingness, of course, by Swalwell, if proven, which I believe it's already been proven, but let's say he's got the right to face a jury of his peers. So basically, it's him ignoring immigration and labor laws that public officials are sworn to uphold. He took an oath to uphold the country and uphold the Constitution, all enemies, foreign and domestic. And despite being and remember this, he was a former deputy district attorney. He clearly doesn't believe immigration laws apply to him in his campaign or for governor of California. He was vowing to expel ICE. No wonder he wanted to expel ICE. He couldn't take a chance he was going to lose his nanny. He couldn't have ICE fishing around. They would have said, "Oh, we're coming for your nanny." No, not my nanny.
I wonder if she's still working.
The Department of Homeland Security in Congress.
I wonder if she's still working for him.
Listen, who knows? I mean, if he was banging her, maybe today the wife is asking, was Eric banging you? Was he forcing you to give him some congressional aid? I mean, look, this is a fact, and this is the kind of stuff. Swalwell got caught, but don't kid yourself. All that material they voted to not release was covering up for all kinds of other sexual depravity. Maybe with interns, maybe cheating on their wives, maybe hookers, maybe homosexuality. All that stuff they said, "Oh, no, we're not going to tell the American public." That is such bullshit that if I was Donald Trump, I'd have passed an executive order and said, no, we're disclosing all of that. I'm sorry, I'm overriding you. You should have. It's disgusting that this is the kind of stuff, and just because Eric got caught, don't think he's the only one. This is the deal. You should be held to a higher standard. Forget equal application of the law. There ought to be a set of laws specifically for congressional members that takes it to a higher level. Because, listen, they're supposed to be our brightest and best. They're supposed to be representing the country, government for the people, by the people. That is not what he has. And at least he admitted defeat as the governor of California. I just want to know if he's going to have the integrity to resign as a congressional member.
You know what's amazing?
Talk about disgusting. And if anybody is thinking about the midterms, well, maybe if you are a Democrat, maybe you ought to give it a second thought. Maybe you ought to say, if you guys are going to be transparent, then we want you to disclose all those people that got paid off. Stop lying to us, because Swalwell is a direct indicator of how scummy, and I'm going to say this, both sides of the aisle, it's not just the Democrats, how scummy these people operate in D.C. They're all a bunch of depraved, power-hungry, greedy, selfish perverts, philanderers, cheaters, liars, scumbags.
So check this out. So the way California works for the primaries, it's the top two people, whether they're both Republicans, both Democrats, top two go on to run for governor. So gotcha. Swalwell was right there. He was teetering between 1 and 2 with the fuck his name is, I don't know, the British dude, Republican. Now, his name is still going to be on that ballot because it's too late to take it off.
Isn't that ridiculous?
Why
is that?
Hold on, Lance. Hold on. That's okay. If people vote for him, it's going to dilute the vote and give more high percentage to Republicans. They can end up being the top two choices. So you bet right now that the information campaign from the Democrats that are primarying are probably going to try to badmouth him as much as possible so people don't accidentally vote, because, people are retarded.
What about Newsom? Newsom's not running?
No, he can't. He's been 2 terms. That's it.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he can't.
Thank God.
No. Plus, he's got to get ready for his presidential run in 2028.
Oh, yeah. Another scumbag. Another guy that stole money, cheated California, screwed them over. Well, I think before anybody even allows him to run, he needs to answer for the billions missing for the high-speed rail for California. What happened to all that money? It's all missing. How about all the theft, the Medicare and Medicaid theft? How about all the deals he did for, look at how he's treated those people, after the fire the fire in California. Listen, I'm disgusted. Just more scumbags. It just is what it is. Well, listen, we got to take a short break here. I know that. George, take us to break here in a minute.
All right.
Stay tuned. We got a lot to cover here, man. We got a great red line list. The U.S. and Iran did not reach an agreement. We've got all the details. Did you expect them
Shocking.
to? Shocker. Yeah, no surprise here. We already knew it was going to happen. All right, we'll be right back here at the Big Mig Show with George, Valentine, Lance, Migliaccio. Yeah, bringing the rain and making them feel the pain. That's what we do on this show. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
We go right with a zone right. Said the rock star move with them rock star dudes. Now we roll.
Are you ready to stand up for your community and support your local sheriff? Join the Constitutional Sheriffs and Peace Officers Association and become a vital member of the Sheriff's Citizens Posse. At CSPOA.org, we empower citizens like you through weekly webinars, arming you with the knowledge to back your constitutional county sheriff. Together, we can uphold our Constitution and ensure liberty and justice for all. Your community needs you now more than ever. Visit CSPOA.org and join the Sheriff's Citizens Posse today. Make a difference. Stand for freedom. That's CSPOA.org. Your country, your fight, your future.
What if you could predict your financial future? And what if you could trade on it? Introducing Block Trust IRA, the future in your hands. An astonishing 88,000 millionaires were created last year from the Bitcoin boom, and you could be next. Block Trust IRA is the only crypto management firm powered by AI-driven strategies, ranked #1 in the world by Bitcoin Magazine. The Block Trust IRA platform is built for everyone, from first-time buyers to seasoned investors. Predictive AI technology that was once only reserved for insiders and elites is now available to you. It's time to leave the old buy and hold strategies behind. your assets are protected with military-grade security, offline cold storage, and $200 million in insurance. Visit BlockTrustIRA.com to book your free consultation and ask how to claim up to $2,500 in deposit bonuses today. Bitcoin changed the game. AI changes the strategy.
Hi folks, I'm here today to introduce you to the Prepper Bar from PrepperBar.com, the most unique precious metals product we have seen in a long time. These 62-gram bars are perforated and easily broken down into your choice of 3 different sizes to fit a multitude of needs. Whether it be from asset protection from inflation, economic turmoil, or its unique utility for barter and trade, the Prepper Bar makes a perfect gift for all the precious metal lovers out there. Exclusively made here in the USA and selling out fast. Available in both gold and silver, these slim Prepper Bars fit neatly in your wallet, and their utility enables use in any situation.
Forged through rigorous training and honed by the finest instructors on Earth, these canine units serve beside our nation's warriors as they fight to preserve what we cherish. When these warriors complete their duty, the Warrior Dog Foundation provides them with a home deserving of the service they've given us all. At our state-of-the-art kennels, they receive rehabilitation and care suitable for heroes, because that's what they are. Be a part of giving them a future today. Visit warriordogfoundation.org.
All right, welcome back to the Big Show. Here are your hosts, Lance Migliaccio, George Valentine, Big Mig Mafia in the chat, Big Mig Armies out there. Yo, if you're watching or listening, you have a chance, come join the chat. But don't forget, hit the thumbs up button, the like, the follow, the share. Anything helps. Subscribe, $5 a month. Every little bit helps us out. Overhead and stuff. Lance's haircuts, hats, glasses, equipment, software, so much stuff we got to deal with. But a shout out to our sponsor, because Lance, we have the perfect solution for the people who can't watch their crypto 24/7. I'm talking about BlockTrustIRA.com. They're bringing access to cryptocurrency wealth to everyday people. Their exclusive Animus AI trading platform works 24/7. Analyzing market data and executing advanced crypto strategies that go far beyond buy and hold. This sophisticated technology, once reserved only for Wall Street insiders, now it's available to you. And it's no surprise this system was named number one crypto technology platform out of more than 1,500 global competitors. Our clients are already seeing over 250% returns on their investments, all military-grade security, and up to $200 million insurance. Your wealth is fully protected. So don't wait. Visit BigMigCrypto.com today and see how you can join this financial revolution. Once again, visit BigMigCrypto.com today and you can get up to $2,500 of free crypto. QR code's on the screen. Take a screenshot. Links in the chat. Links in the more section. It's everywhere. All you got to do is click on it and go. Not that hard. We try to make it easy for you. And you know what? Clarity Act's going to be passed soon, or should be, hopefully. We'll see. But we're going to go, because we have a red line list here. So J.D. Vance, Vice President Vance, spent like 21 hours negotiating with the Iranians, which, listen, we knew it was not going to lead to anywhere. I don't know why they wasted time, but you know what? I think it's to appease the public, to say, oh, look, we try to be diplomatic, yada, 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 make it look good before they blow the shit out of Iran again. Because it's going to happen, because Trump's already talking about it. Iran's not going to give up their uranium. They're not going to give up building missiles. That would, kill Iran's ego and their ability to try to dominate the region. Or even...
Didn't he say he's going to go straight Venezuela on them?
He did. We have clips. I got clips.
Yeah. But, so you guys know what that means. Does it mean is he going to break out the discombobulator, George?
I don't know. But here's the U.S.'s red line list. And there's probably more stuff, but they didn't talk about everything. So they end all uranium enrichment, dismantle all major nuclear enrichment facilities, retrieve highly enriched uranium, accept a broader peace, security, and de-escalation framework that includes regional allies, end funding for terrorist proxies, Hamas, Hezbollah, and the Houthis, fully open the Strait of Hormuz, charging no tolls for passage. Well, it's been said that they've been charging tolls to pass, which is a big no-no.
Crypto.
Trump is
They've been
pissed.
collecting crypto payments, George.
Whatever it is, they're charging tolls. Crypto.
Yeah, and I just think it's interesting because we've talked about crypto being one of their sources of dirty money. I told George last night, I don't understand why the U.S. isn't striking the power grid in Iran, because they're mining Bitcoin at less than $1,400 a Bitcoin, and they're selling it, and that's allowing immediate funding. They're immediately selling it. They get the Bitcoin mined, they immediately turn it over and sell it. Of course, Bitcoin at 70 some odd thousand, I think right now, or 80,000, whatever it is. Interestingly enough, of course, it's an immediate pool of capital, and they're paying for new weapons. Supposedly they're paying the Russians and the Chinese for weapons in Bitcoin. I think we ought to hit that power grid immediately. If any of the administration is watching, take the power grid out, you'll cut off the rest of their money, just so you know.
So they, over the weekend, are talking about a blockade, which went into effect this morning at 10 a.m. Eastern. It's official. They have a naval blockade on the Strait of Hormuz, and any ships coming from Iranian ports is being blocked. Any ships going into Iran is being checked, medical supplies and all that. Maybe they listened to the show, so when I said they're going to try to sneak missiles and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Because, you know, Russia and China, they're probably going to try to send them some stuff because they want to see us fall and lose. But while they're doing this, they're looking for all the mines still. That's crazy. I didn't know they still use mines. I thought that was like a World War I and II thing, but whatever.
It's an inexpensive way by using mines in ports.
I have the one clip before we go to the other one, so let me play that one. You hear it.
Yeah.
With the USS George H.W. Bush Aircraft Carrier Strike Group heading into theater, joining the 2 carrier strike groups already there, and along with thousands of Marines in the Pacific, these additional forces will be on station when the ceasefire ends next week. Perhaps upping the ante with the negotiations. Tommy, President Trump telling our own Maria Bartiromo he has ordered a blockade of the Strait of Hormuz, as you mentioned, in the hopes of bringing Iran back to the negotiating table.
Yeah. Bring them back to the negotiating table. All right, they might negotiate again, but it's just a stall tactic. But like Lance just said, Trump confirms he's going to go full Venezuela on the Strait of Hormuz in Iran. Man, you should have just went full Venezuela the first time.
And there's the guy that could have made the decision for you right there. Because George is right. You know, I don't understand this, like, you know, 1 foot in the water, 1 foot out. It's the toe. Oh, is the water cold? I agree. They should have gone all in already. Iran is not, for them, it's a deal breaker if they can't weaponize uranium. If they can't enrich it, which you know what the plan is, that they're just not going to, you guys saw their list, and now they've got even a worse list. They want them to not go after Hezbollah at all. They're not supposed to go after Hezbollah, and they want the U.S. to release billions of dollars. Why do they want the billions? Just like what they did with Obama and Biden. They're going to use it to buy more weapons.
What are we, idiots like Obama? Want to give them money?
I mean, to me, what Obama did was criminal.
We should take their freaking money. We said we should have took over Carg Island, not bomb it. No. Go in there. Seize the island. Take it over. Take everything, and we start using it.
Yeah.
Screw it. Why not? People say, oh, you can't do that. It's not. Yes, we can. We're in the United States of America, baby. You want to threaten us or allies? We're coming for you. Fuck it. Take the Carg Island. Take away their ability to make money. And then flip that switch on the computer and shut their infrastructure down, electrical grid. They could do that. People are suffering anyway. They'll get over it. They want us to come in. So, I mean, we'll get you guys aid and stuff. Don't worry. But they want their freedom. I'm going to play the clip from with Trump from yesterday.
This morning saying that we will begin the process of blockading any and all ships trying to enter or leave the Strait of Hormuz. And at some point, we will reach an all being allowed to go in and all being allowed to go out basis. Right. So tell us what you're trying to accomplish with this blockade,
all in,
sir.
All out. Yep. It's called all in and all out. There'll be a time when we'll have them all come in and all come out, but it won't be a percentage. It won't be a friend of yours like a country that's your ally or a country that's your friend. Is all or nothing, and that'll be that won't be in too long a distance. No, we're just bringing the ships up. We got a lot of ships, so we're bringing them up. We think that numerous countries are going to be helping us with this also, but we're putting on a complete blockade. We're not going to let Iran make money on selling oil to people that they like and not people that they don't like or whatever it is. It's going to be all or none, and that's the way it is. And it'll be, you saw what we did with Venezuela. It'll be something very similar to that, but at a higher level.
And Mr. President, you say that there may be a mine out there somewhere that nobody knows about but them, and this is world.
A mine, huh? The mine. Where's the mine? So now, you know, if you think about what's going on, you got to wonder, you know, 5D chess, we say, I think it's now 60, whatever it is, but you think Trump had a plan all along? Because now they're saying, Trump's saying that everybody's coming to the Gulf of America to fill up their tankers. He said, boats are sailing up. The tankers are coming their way. They're loading them with oil, gas, and whatever else. Interesting, right? Why don't we just keep it that way? Why keep the business here in the United States?
It's interesting, though, that the gas prices are up at the pump here when only 2% of our oil was coming through the Strait of Hormuz.
That's 2 to 3%. That's because we're in what's that thing? The whole big oil conglomerate around the world.
OPEC,
yeah. And they just listen. They're raising the prices for no. They're just doing it to make more money. There's no reason they should do that.
Exactly.
But what's crazy
exactly
is
the point I was making.
You have Australia, the UK. They're saying, "Oh, we're not going to get involved with the blockade. We're not sending ships to help this and that." The fuck? You're supposed to be our allies. Best believe that when they need help, they're going to come calling to us.
Yeah.
Whoever the president is, I'll be like, remember the time in Iran when you said, no, we can't get involved? Well, you know what? We can't get involved either.
I think it's time to take back our 70% of the funding for NATO. Why keep funding NATO if they're not going to be there when we need them? Maybe it's time to pull out. We'll still have our allies. We'll still have people that'll need us. If they don't want to be our allies when we need them, so why do we need them at all? So let's pull out of NATO. Let's save all that money. I don't know what we fund NATO, but I know we're paying 70% of the bill. Let me look that up really quickly.
I'm gonna put the clip up. Look at all the ships coming in for oil and stuff.
Boats are sailing up and heading out to our country. Big, beautiful tankers, and we're loading them up with oil and gas and everything else. And it's a pretty beautiful thing to see.
Beautiful to see. All right, are we making more money for the country? I hope so. If that's not the case, then what are we doing?
So we put about $1 billion annually into NATO. About $1 billion.
Yeah. Why?
Yep. That's a good question.
Take our money back. All right. So I got to keep going because I've been dying to get to the story. This is a great story. I love this story. Everybody should love this story. And when I first seen the headline, I was like, what? Is that possible? Yes, it is. A 14-year-old kid is running for governor of Vermont, and he will appear on the general election ballot. There's no age limit in Vermont. I looked up their constitution. So this kid is now qualified. He's a smart kid too, 14 years old. And what's even better, his friend is running for lieutenant governor.
No, is he really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, man, I hope they vote him in. I guess his kid's a freshman at high school, and he also works part-time at his parents' pizzeria.
His friend is Charlie Bass. He's running for lieutenant governor. The kid's name is Dean Roy. Yeah, he's a freshman. You're right.
I love it.
Freshman at high school and works part-time at his pizza shop. Hey, and he's going to run the state of Vermont. Can you imagine?
He should team up with the kid that was on our show.
I'm just curious. Is he going to finish his high school on the side or something? How's he going to do this? He needs to get his education.
I don't know. But, listen, Gregory Lyakov was on our show. He's a senior in high school. He ought to team up with them. He ought to get in there and help him run, let all the kids. Because, look, if the adults can't get it right, maybe the kids will.
Hold on. But this kid went on Fox and Friends, and he actually laid out his they're calling it a no-nonsense platform.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to play. I don't want to talk. I just want to play the clip. I want people to hear it, and then we can. It's got a pretty good platform. See if it works, though.
He isn't even old enough to vote, but our next guest is making history by launching a run for Vermont governor at just 14 years old.
Dean Roy says that he wants to see real change for his generation, and he joins us now to explain how he's going to make it happen. Good morning, Dean. Thank you for joining us. Talk to us about your platform that you're running on.
Yeah, so the platform that I'm running on mainly is focusing on housing, energy, healthcare, and education. For housing, it's mainly revolving around deregulating in regards to Act 250 and increasing taxes on short-term rentals, which are a very prominent problem in Vermont. For energy, it's nuclear power. If we were to reopen a nuclear power plant, we would secure energy independence. And for education and healthcare, it's auditing those systems, which are very inefficient in Vermont, and making sure that we get them to be efficient once again, and make sure that they're at the standard where Vermonters can both afford them and can lower their tax bill.
You know what's crazy? He's not old enough to vote, but he's old enough to sign legislation into law if he wins. It's fucking great.
Yeah. You know, hopefully he wants legitimate elections. Look, at the end of the day, the adults aren't getting it right. So maybe a young guy like this, a thinker, you know, you can't underestimate somebody's mental quality, right? Their ability to perform based on their age. There's a lot of very smart kids. Listen, Gregory Lyakov came on our show. He's the kid's brilliant. He's like a savant. I'll give this kid credit. Maybe he can fix Vermont. I don't know. Vermont's pretty fucked up, so he'll have his hands full, that's for sure.
I wonder how much in donations he's built up in his campaign war chest so far. I'm curious to know that one. This should be interesting.
He's getting a lot of free press, that's for sure.
You know, I wouldn't surprise me if he wins the young voters.
We should try to get him on the show.
We should, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Does he have school in the morning?
I don't know. Exactly. Can he take off from school? Can we get, you know what? Let's get it. Can we get a permission slip from his parents to come on the show?
How do you even get a hold of him?
I don't know.
He's not old enough to really have an X account, right? He's not old enough.
I imagine he has a campaign headquarters. We'll try to, maybe we will try. Let's try to get him on the show. I'm all about these young kids. Listen, you know, at the end of the day, the rest of these people, and let's face it, maybe his integrity hasn't been compromised yet, which would be good news for the people in Vermont.
I mean,
all right, what do we got here, George? What's going on here, man?
Oh, more corruption.
Oh, no, really? I'm shocked. I'm appalled.
So this story is pretty cool too. So you have this, once again, it's a Californian, of course. Ro Kahana, he's a congressperson. I say person. So he went on a show, and kudos to the chick doing the show, because she didn't give him like questions ahead and stuff. She actually went after him like they're supposed to do. And he tried doing a little, you know how they do their little politician dance, they, you know, circumvent their way around their answers. Well, she wasn't having it, this lady. So, no. She freaking put it to his ass. And talking about none other than immigration. Saying, oh, well, California just wants to let him in. And the dude's trying to talk about, he's going to have borders. No, bullshit. She's like, you're giving away to these immigration people and leaving Californian citizens behind. And she made a statement. She's like, wait a minute. You get an immigrant that gets locked up, and you guys release them back into the state. But if it's anybody else, they're not getting released like that. I mean, it's a good clip. You got to hear the clip. I'm just going to play it, Lance. Because it's pretty cool.
My frustration is, as a regular, everyday American citizen, I feel that I am more likely to be harmed by democratic policies such as open borders. Because in your state,
I'm for secure borders.
Okay, but in your state, something like 4,600 or so illegal migrants that had criminal records were re-released from jail. So when we're talking about harming Americans, when we're talking about children potentially being harmed, when we're looking into child trafficking, we have to acknowledge that illegal migration is the biggest funnel for child trafficking. So when we're worried about Epstein with a couple of people, and you guys turn a blind eye to tens of thousands of children being harmed by your policies, that's a problem.
We have been for a secure border, but here's what I want.
No one in California can say that they're for a secure border.
When have you been for secure borders? Because you didn't say nothing when Biden was just letting everybody freely in. This is when you see how you see politicians are so full of it. He says, oh, we're for secure borders. BS. No, they're not. They want to let them all in. And listen, kudos to that chick. She let him have it. I like that. Let's get him on our show. We can, we'll send him the questions in advance, Lance, but then we'll just hit
I'd like to have her on the show. I don't see her full name, though. I see Marion.
Yeah, I don't know.
We should find her.
She has her own show, Lance.
That's okay. It's always worth having somebody on that has a good, doesn't matter. Politically, I always believe that somebody that gets it right, doesn't matter whether they're a Democrat or a Republican to me, because I told you, I think it's the big David Copperfield. I like people that use common sense. She uses common sense in that. All right, just days before Democrat Rep. Ariana Presley was sworn into Congress, her husband quit a $92,000 a year job to start a consulting firm. Interesting timing.
Hold on. You got to add, she's a Democrat, though. From Massachusetts, by the way. How is that possible?
So her net worth assets skyrocketed to $8 million. Ariana Presley's wealth growth draws renewed scrutiny. Shows that Presley's net worth shifted from about $12,500 in 2018 to assets of up to $8 million by 2024. Mainly 5 rental properties in Massachusetts and Florida, generating $145,000 to $350,000 in income last year. Those holdings carry up to $9 million in mortgages, while her husband runs a consulting firm, earning $100,000 to $1 million. Interesting. Here's one of her old videos where she's questioning conservative online rapid change through no investigations of wrongdoing are alleged. Let's play this clip.
This is a new video, Lance. It's not old.
This is a Fox News alert. It looks like Ilhan Omar isn't the only millionaire squad member. Now, our team dug into open secrets and financial disclosure reports. What we found is that when Ayanna Pressley was elected to Congress back in 2018, she had a negative net worth. You fast forward to today, she's worth $1.3 million with assets worth up to $8 million. Now, that's a massive increase in just 6 years, especially for someone on a $174,000 congressional salary. It's impressive, really. But how did she do it? Well, part of its property in 2024, Presley reported owning a Martha's Vineyard rental worth up to $5 million, as well as multiple Boston rentals worth up to $1 million each. Now, for context, back in 2019, she only reported owning 1 property in Boston. We're also learning days before Presley was sworn into Congress, her husband quit his $92,000 annual Boston City Hall job to start his own consulting firm called Conan Harris & Associates. And as we read more of the Congresswoman's financial disclosure reports, we learn that her husband also saw his income jump while he was in Washington. His client list consists of some government organizations, including one with deep ties to the Obama Foundation. But as he started his firm and seeked new clients, he faced ethics concerns because of Presley's job in Congress. Quote, as Harris's days dwindled in the city's Office of Public Safety, he used his city-issued email account to pitch Walsh's chief of staff on staying on as a consultant. City officials say they did not solicit nor accept the offer, and state ethics laws bar municipal employees from knowingly using official resources for personal gain. Now, we asked Presley for comment, and we even invited her on. She did not answer. But Fox Business anchor David Asman joins me now. He's been looking over this information. And David, there's nothing wrong with gaining financial resources. We see this a lot in Congress, but there are questions.
Well, and you go back to the 1930s, the last when movies began. Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. I mean, it's happened for a long time. It happens in both the right and left. But what's so rich is that this is coming from anti-capitalist squad members.
Yes.
People who spent their life denigrating our capitalist system and saying how bad it was. In fact, Congresswoman Presley came out with an ex-post just a year ago. She and her fellow squad members, of course, constantly condemn capitalism, but she says Donald Trump and Musk want big banks and bad actors to run rampant and take people for a ride. They want to pillage the government and make themselves rich. Well, she's the one who's been pillaging the government. Now, again, we're not suggesting she's going in and stealing funds or anything like that, but the fact that she got rich off of her contacts in government, her husband got rich consulting with members of the business community and others, perhaps some people who were taking grants. That's, by the way, we saw that with Lee Zeldin, the EPA commissioner. When he came in, he found out that right before Biden left office in December of 2024, he was spending billions of dollars. A lot of that money was going directly to friends, to acquaintances within the Democratic community that learned how to go in and write grants that would get accepted, making millions and millions of dollars, each one of them. So this has been going on for a while. I should mention that Presley's kind of a poor gal next to her friend Ilhan Omar, because Ilhan Omar car is worth up to $30 million right now and she went from basically a flat to negative, if not negative point when she came into Congress. She also has a husband who's a consultant. He was working with progressive leftists who, again, have this anti-capitalist creed, which they live and die by. But apparently, it's very easy to condemn capitalism when you're making millions of dollars. And of course, we have to mention the grand dam of all this, which is Ms. Pelosi, who's worth about $275 million, at least $275 million, with her husband Paul, he's a good investor, but she's come to him, I'm sure, with excellent inside information that we're not allowed to trade on, but members of Congress still do. And there are certain trades that she and her husband made that clearly were based on information she was getting about credit card companies that were going to have a particular advantage that other companies didn't have. So this has got to stop. We've tried to stop it time and time again. Again, going back decades and decades, it never seems to work properly. Schweizer has done his best to try to come out with revealing stuff, but we're going to continue to investigate and put pressure on the politicians to stop this once and for all.
David Asman, thank you. Lots of questions here.
And nothing will be done because you see Ilhan Omar, judge blocked the Congress from looking at her finances. I don't know why the IRS doesn't get involved. Right?
Wow.
Where's the IRS? How come they don't get involved?
Oh, yeah. Why would they? Why would they? But they will come after you if you don't report that $600 Venmo payment. So get ready for an audit. They also want to make all audits. They want to use AI to define audit targets using social media posts and otherwise. They're working on it right now strategically to look at what you're posting online or people that are saying, oh, don't pay taxes, which at the end of the day, taxes are voluntary. I get it, but that's their whole plan. They're going to try to pick audit targets, come after you. But, oh, yeah, these people in Congress, no, don't worry about them. SEC,
so if you say if you say don't pay taxes,
yeah, if you start posting online,
pay your taxes, people.
Yeah, exactly. The wink, wink. All right,
I gotta say it. AI will hear you saying wink, wink. It doesn't see it. Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Come on, bro.
All right. Well, listen, we appreciate you guys tuning in. You know, you can find us here every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard, doing what we do. Of course, a tip of the spear is what the show is all about. If you love the show, take the short form, take the long form, help grow your own social media. Hit the follow button. If you're brand new here, we're getting tens of thousands of views. We'd like to see tens of thousands of new subscribers. Again, you don't have to do the paid subscription. If you can, fantastic. We love you for it. All that adds up. You can gift subscriptions, another great thing. You can give us crypto on our Perplexity wallet. Anybody out there that's sitting on a big Bitcoin stash, feel free to throw a couple of Bitcoin in there or whatever you can do. Of course, also look at Rumble Premium with Perplexity. Great product, great people, and it's a great way to support the true free speech platform. Now, don't forget, we're on YouTube and we're on Locals. Follow us over there. And we're also on every major podcast platform. Doesn't matter which one, we're on all of them. We haven't been thrown off yet. Head over there. Hit that follow button over there at all the major podcast platforms, especially on Spotify. We're trying to grow our volume there. We could use the support. And if you're busy, you can always listen to the shows. It's the audio file. George strips it, puts it over there. All right, listen, last words, George. What do you got on the way out of the gate?
It's just another Manic Monday. Have a great day. Stay blessed. Stay safe. Later, Gators.
I might have to let it drop. Said got it hella big, had the money again, like said had the
Are you ready to stand up for your community and support your local sheriff? Join the Constitutional Sheriffs and Peace Officers Association and become a vital member of the Sheriff's Citizens Posse. At CSPOA.org, we empower citizens like you through weekly webinars, arming you with the knowledge to back your constitutional county sheriff. Together, we can uphold our Constitution and ensure liberty and justice for all. Your community needs you now more than ever. Visit CSPOA.org and join the Sheriff's Citizens Posse today. Make a difference. Stand for freedom. That's CSPOA.org. Your country, your fight, your future.
What if you could predict your financial future? And what if you could trade on it? Introducing Block Trust IRA, The future in your hands. An astonishing 88,000 millionaires were created last year from the Bitcoin boom, and you could be next. Block Trust IRA is the only crypto management firm powered by AI-driven strategies, ranked #1 in the world by Bitcoin Magazine. The Block Trust IRA platform is built for everyone, from first-time buyers to seasoned investors. Predictive AI technology that was once only reserved for insiders and elites is now available to you. It's time to leave the old buy and hold strategies behind. Your assets are protected with military-grade security, offline cold storage, and $200 million in insurance. Visit BlockTrustIRA.com to book your free consultation and ask how to claim up to $2,500 in deposit bonuses today. Bitcoin changed the game. AI changes the strategy.
Hi folks, I'm here today to introduce you to the Prepper Bar from PrepperBar.com, the most unique precious metals product we have seen in a long time. These 62-gram bars are perforated and easily broken down into your choice of 3 different sizes to fit a multitude of needs. Whether it be from asset protection from inflation, economic turmoil, or its unique utility for barter and trade, the Prepper Bar makes a perfect gift for all the precious metal lovers out there. Exclusively made here in the USA and selling out fast. Available in both gold and silver, these slim Prepper Bars fit neatly in your wallet, and their utility enables use in any situation.
Forged through rigorous training and honed by the finest instructors on Earth, these K9 units serve beside our nation's warriors as they fight to preserve what we cherish. When these warriors complete their duty, the Warrior Dog Foundation provides them with a home deserving of the service they've given us all. At our state-of-the-art kennels, they receive rehabilitation and care suitable for heroes, because that's what they are. Be a part of giving them a future today. Visit WarriorDogFoundation.org.